Well, Utah's known for the greatest snow on Earth, and rightly so, but as people venture out into the cold, they often place themselves at risk for developing hypothermia. And with us right now is Colin Grissom. He is with Intermountain Medical Center to tell us the 5 things you can do to avoid hypothermia and how to treat it. Okay, well, let's list them.
Well, I think the most important thing is preparation. So make sure you have adequate clothing with layering of clothing so that you can remove clothes if you get overheated, because you don't want to sweat. If you start sweating, your clothes get wet, and that makes you colder. Take plenty of water on your outdoor adventure. Then make sure that people know where you're going and when you're going to return.
I guess very important, because you usually think of that as something you do in the summer, not necessarily in the winter.
Yeah, you can get dehydrated in the winter as well, and it's important to have snack food with you, because you burn a lot more calories staying warm in the winter. If you do start to get cold and you start shivering, then it's important to have adequate calories to generate heat by shivering.
Yeah, some of the other things, don't overdo it.
Yes, don't overdo it. Prepare for the unexpected and never venture out alone. And I think, have a contingency plan about where you're going to, how you would get to shelter if the weather overtook you. Make sure you have extra shells in case inclement weather came in. A lot of avoiding hypothermia is behavioral modification. There's very little physiology. It's all about taking care of yourself in the outdoors.
Yeah, be prepared. Think about it ahead of time. How do you know if hypothermia is starting to take over?
The first thing that happens is shivering, and so as the core body temperature drops, you'll still be mentally intact and able to take care of yourself. And if you start uncontrollably shivering, then that's a signal that you need to stop, add more clothes, go seek shelter, do something to get warmer. If you're shivering and you start to have an altered sensorium, altered mental status, then you need help from others, and that is classic mild hypothermia, and you need help getting indoors and getting wet clothes off, dry insulation on, and hot drinks.
Well, the best thing to do is make sure you don't get to that point.
Absolutely.
Like those other things you talked about.
Prevention.
All right, some valuable information there. Thank you very much. Appreciate you stopping by.